Hello,
Yeah, Pawan, you are audible.
Yes. Yes, Pawan.
can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is visible. Okay, so you have, okay, Boolean continue shopping. Okay, you have given that. And you have given do. Okay. All right, so you have given the do while. So available products. Okay. Do you enter the product you wish to purchase? Okay. Next line. Price and quantity. Okay. Boolean found equal to. That it should be equals. Product name of I equals. Yeah. Equals. Give. Press Control space so that you'll get the suggestions as well. Okay, now quantity found. Boolean found. Okay. Now, okay. Okay. Continue. Okay. Continue shopping, you have to make it as true, right? Then only your condition will become true. Boolean on your line number 15. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Now let's say. Thank you for shopping. Yes. Okay. Can you run this? Save the time. Okay, give some wrong product also.
Like this.
Yeah.
Invalid.
Okay, so enter a valid number. Perfect.
This is okay.
Yes, now can you enter some product like a wrong product, like which is not available or some mistake?
Product not found. Please enter a valid product.
Perfect. No worries. Yes. So, yes, so this is one more command line project. So, like your calculator, now you have this like a shopping cart. Okay. Now,
Actually, when I was trying to run your program,
ah, what happened with that code?
there was some issue actually. I don't know. One
Oh,
second.
but it worked correct, right?
It is giving some this.
Those things you can ignore it.
Yeah.
See, those things
See,
you can.
when I was running this, then some issue was there. Let me check. What? The price of selected product is 0.
Sorry, come again. The price of where it does. pen. That is small, right? Small cap. I mean, see, we have to enter the pen as capital, right? Now,
Yeah, but if I am
so in that case, what you can do is when you get an input from the user, you can what you can do, you can compare that with the converted one. I will show you now. Now let me share my
1
screen.
second. No issue. 1 second.
Hmm.
Again, I have to do.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now also.
Right. Now,
So it's a case sensitive here.
so case sensitive check is there. So you can go ahead with the case insensitive check. Okay, that we will do it. Okay, now let's go ahead. So, okay,
I think we can put it in this line, na?
which one?
Trim to lowercase. This line string response scanner trim to
Huh.
lowercase.
Yes. So once you're getting it like a lowercase, you are getting the response in the lowercase, which means like you have to compare that with the lowercase. So where you're comparing, you're saying equals, right? So before to that, you have to say dot to lowercase dot equals. So even there also you have to do it.
Okay.
When you are
We can go
comparing
ahead.
when you're comparing the string values, right? So there, what you have to do, you have to you have to convert that also to the lowercase before you compare. Scroll a little bit
Yeah.
up before like 26th line, I think can go. See on the 26th line, product name of, I is there, right? So that dot, product name of I dot, can you say dot over there? After brackets, one more dot, yeah. After bracket, one more dot, yeah. Can you say lowercase? Can you search for the two lowercase? Can you see two lowercase? Click on that. Enter the first one. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you go ahead and check it out, just save it and go ahead and check. It will
I
work.
think okay.
It will work.
I will check, not an issue. I will check later.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me share my screen so that let's go ahead. Okay, so coming over here. So now coming over here, we have this. So with this, you are clear with the like one dimensional array, okay, which is also like 1-to-1 correspondence that you are aware, right? Okay, so now what we are going to do, okay, now what we are going to do, the next part over here is we have to let's say like we have to move to the next one, that is multi-dimensional array. So when the multi-dimensional array is used in Java, or when the multi-dimensional array is used in the programming, so when we call a multi-dimensional array, so which means like array inside array, okay, array inside an array. So an array of arrays we can say. So where each element of the main array can be another array like that. Okay. So now how do you declare? Okay. How do you declare a multidimensional array? So for example, so declaration part we are going to discuss. So you have to be very careful over here. So in a normal one-dimensional array, the declaration will be the data type and then the brackets and then the variable name, right? So coming over here, you will say data type, this brackets, and then you will be giving the variable name, right? So variable name. Variable name, we can also call it like a array name. Now, coming over here, when you say two-dimensional or a multi-dimensional array, so along with the data type, along with the one bracket, you'll add one more bracket, and you have to say array name. Okay, so mostly if you see, we will say like int bracket matrix. So your multi-dimensional arrays in Java are declared using multiple sets of square brackets. Okay, multiple sets of square brackets. Now let's say we have declared the multi-dimensional array. Okay, we got to know how. Now let's create an array now. Okay, so create a multi-dimensional array. So how do you create it? So after declaring a multi-dimensional array, memory must be allotted for its element. So the number of rows and columns that has to be specified at the time of creation. Okay, after you declare the multi-dimensional array, memory must be allotted. So now you have to declare, you have to specify the rows and columns at the time of the creation itself. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now coming over here, how do you create it? How do you create over here? So simply you can say, you can take this. And how do you create with the new keyword new int? And here you will say 3, right? If it is a single dimension, you will do like this. Am I right? Int matrix, I mean the name of the array, and new and int, and you will declare the size of the array. Am I right? Now, when you go with the multi-dimensional array, one more bracket on both the ends. One more array on both the ends. And now what you have to do? You have to declare the size over here. So which means here we are going to say 3 cross 3, let's say. Recording. Perfect. Now coming over here, 3 rows, and you will be having 4 columns. 3 rows and 4 columns. So again, the rows 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So now here you have to add the items. Okay. By default, what will happen? Everything will be having the default value. Why 0? Because we are using the int. So the default value will be 0. Clear? Is it clear, Pawan?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if I want to declare a value, okay, now let me straight away go to the program. Just a second. So let me create a class with the okay, I will take this particular pattern. Where it is. Okay, I'll close the unwanted part.
We can declare more than 2 also, 3 or 4.
You can. Based on your requirements, you can go ahead and you can create it. Okay. All right. I'll tell you that also how you can do it. Okay. Now, coming over here. Okay. Now coming over here, let's say. So now you have declared, okay, you have declared and you have you have mentioned the elements also. I mean, mentioned the initialization also, right? I mean, you have said how many elements that you're going to add. So I'm going to add 3 rows and 4 columns. So now the next thing, what we are going to do, we have to initialize the multidimensional array. Okay, we have to initialize it. Initializing means add the value to the element and add the value to the array. So multidimensional array that can be initialized in different ways. Okay, multidimensional array that can be initialized in different ways. Let's talk about the first method. Okay, so let me say like method 1. Method 1 is direct initialization. How int, like this we are saying, right? So let's say like matrix 1 equal to curly braces. Now, how many array you want, that much you have to give it. Now I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what happens over here? How many rows and columns are here? So if you consider this matrix 1,
It's
okay,
3:3.
yes, matrix 1. So here it is matrix. So this is one way of initializing and creating the array, and we will add the element to it now. The another one is
So
like
in
directly.
the fourth row, it will come nil value, correct?
No. See, here we are changing the name of the array, right? It is matrix 1 and that is matrix. So this is
It's totally
matrix.
different.
So this is matrix and this is your matrix 1.
Okay.
Array name is different. Okay. So now we have 3 rows and 3 columns. And you'll have 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Now 1, 2, 3. So this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. And this side you will say 0, 1. So 0 row and 0 column is 1. 0 row and 1 1 column is 2. Similarly 3. So like this. This is how the array will be represented at the back end when you explicitly say this. Clear? Okay, now the second method. Second method is using the loops you can initialize the value. Okay, first method is direct initialization. Second method is using the loop. Now let's add the value for our matrix. Okay, we added the value for our matrix 1, right? So let's change this name otherwise. Okay, direct. Let's say direct. Okay, direct value. And this is like indirect. Okay, let's say like loop value or something. Now coming over here for the matrix, we are going to assign a value now with the help of the matrix. Sorry, with the help of the loops. So now coming over here, what you're going to do is for, I'm going to take for loop. So now coming over here, when you're going to use for loop for the nested or for the multi-dimensional array, you need 2 for loops, which is to be nested. How it is 2 for loop with a nested? Let me tell you. Okay, you have rows and columns, right? So one for loop is for the rows. Another for loop is for the columns. So you have rows 0, 1, and 2, which means like 3. Now, when you iterate for the first one, it will represent the first row. So in the first row itself, you have 3 columns, right? So when you're pointing to the first row, you have to iterate through the columns to enter the number. So that is the reason here we are going with the nested for loop in order to deal with the multi-dimensional array. So for int row equal to 0, row less than, let's say, let's take this value 3, then row plus plus. Okay, then for column int call equals to 0, call less than 3, call plus plus. Now you want to represent this. So call if row is 0, if row is 0 and if you're iterating the column also will be 0. So 0, 0. So how you can say? You can say the array name and then 0, 0. So the first 0 represents the row and the second 0 represents the column. So how you can say? Here you can say row and here you can say column. So rows and column is equal to the value whichever you wanted to do. So let's say like int value equal to 1. Okay, it is done. So next what I'm going to do, I want to increment the value. So directly what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say plus plus. So what will happen? 1 will be assigned to the first row, first element, and then the increment will happen. So first value will be assigned and then only increment will happen. That is what the increment and the decrement operator, right? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now let's see. Okay. Now this method using the loop. So this will fill the matrix array with numbers like 1. Okay. Here the column is 4, right? So let's say 4. So 1, 2, 3.
Let's suppose if we will put int value 0, so it will start from 0 value 0, 1, 2, like, correct?
If yes, if I say 0, it will start from 0.
Okay.
Okay. If I say 1, it will start from 1. If I say 10, it will start from 10. Okay. So if you say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Suppose if you want the value to be stored in the count of 10, then it will say like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 90, 100, 110, 120. Let's go like this and then we will go. Okay. All right. So like this, you can go. Now again, to print also what you can do, you can use the for loop. To print the matrix, to print the multidimensional matrix, or sorry, multidimensional array, you can go ahead with the for loop. For loop will be the best. Okay. You can access the elements also in the multidimensional array. Okay. Now let's see how you can. So here in the place of this, okay. Now let's see. Okay. Now let's see now what is happening. Now coming over here, if you run, can you see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, like this. Right?
And in case if you will remove this value plus is equal to 10, can you remove, please? Just
If I
comment this. Comment only. Comment. That's it. Can you run now? 10, yeah.
If
So here all value becomes 10. Why it's not increasing value?
yes,
Okay.
now only I want to give, right? So now I'm starting with the 1. Okay. So now you can see 1, 2, 3 like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
Yeah.
Okay. So now if you want it, okay, if you want it, you can go ahead. Okay. So now if you want, you can say here matrix dot length. Let's say like now let's print matrix dot length. When you say matrix dot length, which one is getting printed? Let's see. Can you see 3 is getting printed? So when you say, okay, when you say matrix dot length, okay, matrix dot length, when you say that represent the rows, okay, that represents the rows. then what I have to do if I want to represent the columns? What I have to do if I want to represent the columns? Then you have to say matrix square bracket of
Width
I, or let's say like a matrix square bracket of
dot width,
1 dot length. Will it work?
not width.
4.
We cannot put here width instead of length.
How comes?
Can you put width here?
We don't have the width. See, we don't have it. We will have only the length. The length only will give the size. Okay,
Okay.
the length only will give the size of your array. Got it?
Yeah.
Now, if you save and if you execute it, you can see row is 3, column 4. So what you can do? What you can do now in the place of 3 and 4, you can directly say matrix dot length. And then here you can say matrix of 1
I dot length.
dot length. That's it.
So instead of hard coding, we can do like in this way.
Yes. Suppose, let's say, here if you, again one, if you feel like a hard code, you can go ahead with the row. That also will work. Okay, that also will work. So you can see over here, see, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
let's see. Okay, now you wanted, now here we are saying a 2-dimensional array, right? So now you can go ahead with the, here you can go ahead with the 3-dimensional arrays also. Now at the same time, if you want to print in a, like if you want to print it in a normal one, if you see, I used to say like arrays class and then to string, and then I will be providing the array name. If you remember that I used to do, right? Yes.
Yeah, that is using for loop. Here you are using array method directly.
Now what happens over here when I use
But
this
it's
arrays to string?
it's printing the location, that's not the values.
So when it is, because it's a multi-dimensional array, right? So now if it is a single dimensional array, I can go ahead and say to string. Now when you want to deal with the multi-dimensional array, I have to use the another term, that is deep to string. You have to say deep to string. That will give you the multi-dimensional array one. Can you see? So
Yeah.
1 row, 2nd row, 3rd row with 4 columns.
So how this will come in the common matrix? It is showing 3 3 3 separately, na? It is
Now if you
printing.
want it in the form of 1 2 3 4, next line 5 6 7 8, next line 9 10 11 12. So like that if you want it, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
like that if you wanted means what you can do is you can go over here and here you can see plus, okay, and then here also let's change this matrix dot length, and here also let's do it. Okay, now coming over to this, one more line. Let's check it out. So now coming over here, it is coming with the separation, right? Coming over with the separation. Now, let's say like row equal to 0, row less than matrix. Okay, and this ln will print a new line. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's okay.
Okay.
Same we can do in the last one also. I think in deep to string, if we will remove ln, so it will print. Can you remove the ln here? Yeah. Now can you check? No,
No,
it is not.
because it it entirely like a one line on one line. Okay. Okay, it is completely a one liner. So here you cannot do it, but here in the for loop only you can do it. Okay, in the for loop only you can do it. Now, so this is like a two-dimensional array, right? So this particular one is like a 2D. So let me say like uh, matrix 2D. Okay, so now wherever we have a matrix, let's change it out. The refactor, rename matrix 2D. Okay, matrix 2D. Now let's go ahead and say the three-dimensional array. Okay, let's say that
Actually, not to make change in this, just comment this and put down to this same, and you can make change in that.
Here you want me to comment, and you want to go ahead
All
and
the
declare.
yeah.
You want to declare the
No.
three-dimensional array.
No. You just comment all this program and first copy this and comment all the program multi-comment using, and you can make down one more. No, not refactor.
Wait. 1 second. 2D array. Now I'll go down.
Copy all this first all.
You want to copy
Because
all?
you will make because you will make change in this one only, na? So copy
No,
all
I'm just
this.
going to continue at the down. Now we are going to say three-dimensional array.
Yeah.
Now what I do, I will just take this particular one. Here I'm going to say three-dimensional array. So when you say three-dimensional array, 3 boxes will be there.
5.
Okay, 3 boxes will be there. So let me say like 5. Okay, so 2 matrices. When you say three-dimensional array, 2 matrices. 3 matrices which with each 4 cross 5, which means 4 rows, 5 columns. Okay, so the first one that denotes the matrices, and the second one denotes the rows, and the third one denotes the column.
Okay.
Clear? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so mostly we will be dealing with the two-dimensional array. Okay, rare cases only
So
we will be going.
three-dimensional, I think it will be come in picture when cubic related to calculations will be there, if I am not wrong. I don't know.
Exactly. Yes. Okay.
Cubic related.
Yeah.
In the games project or somewhere where collisions and for something.
Yeah, your
I think.
Rubik's, all those things will count. Okay. So
Yeah.
now coming over here, when you say the three-dimensional array, the first one represents the 2D matrices, and the
Matrix.
second one represents the rows, and the third one represents the columns. Okay, now
Yeah.
let's see how you can do it. Okay, so how you can do it. So now what you have to do is, again, either you can go with a direct value or you can go ahead with the loop method, assigning the values. Okay, either you can assign the value with the direct initialization or with the loop. So let's have a look about it. Okay, so now if you want to go ahead with a direct value, okay, if you go ahead with a direct value, so how you can do it is, okay, so let me see, direct value for 3D. Okay, so now this is one, like let's say like, we'll say like 4. Okay, so let's say 4 and say 5. So now we want 4 rows, right? So let's have like this. Okay, so this will be your 4 rows. Okay, first row, right? So you can see.
Yeah.
So coming over here, otherwise I'll do with the easiest one. So let's say 2 matrices, 3 rows, and 4 columns. That will be easy for you to understand. Okay, now let me go ahead.
I think you need to put a third bracket also there.
Yeah. Okay, now let's say like, Now I want to say, first one is 2, right? So I want two matrices. I want two matrices. In that, 3 rows and 4 columns, right? In that, I want 3 rows and 4 columns. Or if you want 3 rows and 3 columns also, you can do. Okay. If you want 3 rows and 3 columns, you can go ahead and say, let's say like this.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Will be easiest. Now here you can say
1, 2,
first
3.
row, second row, third row. Okay. Similarly, first row, second row, third row. Here you can go. The columns also 3, right? So let's say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Like this. Okay, like this you will be giving a direct. Now coming to the for loop. Let's say if you are giving a method. Okay, let's say like a method. The second method. Okay, method of loops. So this will give you, or let's say like this will, sorry, here let's say this will assign the value for the rows and columns, right? This will assign the rows and columns, right? Now coming over here, this thing like this, and this should be like this. Let's go with, I mean, I'll come to this part a bit later. Once I'll just say, then I'll say. So 3 and 3. Okay. So with this, you will get to know, the rows and columns. But the matrix, rows and columns are ready, but we have to split the matrix, right? So for that, you have to do for int mat equal to 0, mat less than 2, mat plus plus. And here you have to complete it. So 2 times it will come. This is correct. So first one represents the first box. Second one represents the second box. Third one represents the third box. Right? Okay. Now over here. Let's knock off this. Now coming over here, 2D array, right? So row column. Now here along with this, you have to add mat also. Right? Mat also. And this one will be your 3D array. Correct? Is this clear?
Yeah. Perfect.
Now print statement, right? So same thing, I'm going to copy paste it. And in the place of here, I'm going to say now let's see the difference. Okay, so from here you will get the 3-dimensional. Now let's see. Okay, now let's see. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, it's printed.
See, I have one question.
Yeah.
This for loop, you put it 2 times. I mean, That nested is fine, but this system printout you cannot put with that one only. I mean, the line number after 47 you cannot put this 55 after this after 47.
Okay,
Can
you
you
need
put this?
to bring like this, which means
Then
whenever you are
no need
assigning
to.
a value, okay, whenever you are assigning a value, then it will be printed. See, can you see? Whenever you are assigning the value, it will be printed. So when you are assigning a value, you should not print. Okay, when you are assigning the value, you should not print. You have to print only
I
a
not understand it. Still. Assigning means
assigning means assigning the value to your matrix.
ah, ah,
This is
okay.
printing the element from the array.
Right.
This is assigning.
Assigning the value or adding the elements to the
So you are
matrix.
understanding, that's it. Adding the elements to the array.
Hi, Papa, WhatsApp audio.
I'm sorry. All right. Is that is clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, now you can.
Hi, Papa.
Okay, so now coming to the next. Now with this,
I have one more question. This in the line 59 and 61, two times you have put it this print ln. What is the need of this?
this is to move to the next row. Okay, this is to give a space between the matrix.
Okay.
Can you see here the space?
Mm-hmm. So two times it's printing.
So this is your first matrix and this is your second matrix.
If you will remove the last one, I mean space between matrix, then last one will not print. Correct?
This space will not be there. It will come like a continuity.
Okay. Understand.
Now here, if you don't want to hard code it, what you have to do? Okay, here you have to say, the array dot length.
3D array length.
Okay, then here you have to say 3D array,
3D array.
your mat
Matrix.
dot,
I
dot length.
length.
See, which means like you have to compare to the before one. So if you want this, you have to compare to the before one. So before to that, what we have mat. So mat.
Yeah.
Coming to the column, you have to compare to the before two. So mat and so here you have to say 3D
array.
mat and row dot length. That's it.
Length.
Okay, this one. Clear?
Yeah.
So 3D array dot length, that will denotes the matrix. Okay, I'm sorry. That will denote the matrix. Okay, and then 3D mat dot length, that is for the row.
Rows.
And mat and rows, that is for your column. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Perfect.
If you give the space over here, give a space over here. Okay, somewhere I'm having an error. Just a second. If I go ahead, you can give the space. Okay?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Similarly, what you can do, you can increase the numbers also. Let's say like 5. And this is like
It's okay. What any number we can give, it's okay. I
because
will
here
understand.
we are given we are not providing a hard coded. We have directly implemented, right? So if we say 5 matrix, see the difference. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you give 4, so if you understood the base, you can go ahead and change it. You can easily get it. Clear?
Yeah, but what is the use case of this array? Where, in which type applications and where we need this?
Okay, now coming over here, okay, coming over here to the multi-dimensional arrays. Okay, so first, if you want to practice the multidimensional array, if you remember the star programs, the pattern programs, we will say. Okay, so for example, let me say like this. 1 second. Coming over
Give some assignment.
yeah, I'm just taking it out. Just give me a second. Let's say like okay, so we will be going with the pattern problems.
Pattern match.
Not a pattern match, it's a kind of pattern problem. So let's say like it should start with like this. Just give me a second. Now coming over here, you can see this is the pattern. Okay. So this is the thing. So you can see here row. So how many rows you have? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 5 rows and 1, 2,
5 column.
4, 5. So 5 rows and 5 columns. So like this, you come up with your own pattern problem. So coming over here, matrix. First of all, they will do matrix problem. One use case is matrix problem. Okay, another one is image processing. Okay, they will use
No, what we will do in this, 1 second, what we will do in this, just what we will do, I don't
okay, now
understand what.
I'll just write it a word over here. Just give me a second. 1 minute. So let me give you here. First one. Okay. First one, you have to, let me write a Java program of the below patterns. Okay, below pattern problems. First pattern. Okay. Okay, so this is 4 cross 4 matrix. I want all the matrix elements to be 1. Okay, this is your first one. Then next one is I want 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. Okay, this is one pattern. Another one is like third one. Third one, you can go ahead with the reverse order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, like this. Another one you can say with the star. Okay, select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can write same with the star, second and third, like that. I will understand. Okay.
Okay, so now let's say like this. Similarly, you can bring your, so for this, instead of numbers, replace the star. Okay, so for the problem,
Yeah.
replace the value 1 with star. Okay.
No, this is fine. What is the use case of this pattern in
And that is
the
what I'm
real?
saying you. Wait. That is what? Okay, that is what. So first one is they will be using for the matrix calculation. Okay. Another one is they will be using for the physics simulations, graphics, gaming, when they are dealing with the images, okay,
Yeah,
pixels. Okay, for that they will
yeah.
be using. And then flight reservation system. They will be going with the airline seat booking. In the airline, if you see, there will be rows and columns, right? So some flights will have 2 rows and sorry, 2 columns and several rows. Some flights will have 3 columns and several rows. So flight reservation, and then chessboard, represent the chessboard. Okay, and then you can tables you can use, and then the graphics, game development. So for this kind of a thing, this multidimensional arrays will be used. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Understood.
machine learnings, mostly machine learnings will be using this multidimensional arrays only. Okay,
Machine learning,
machine
ML.
learning. Yes, AI and ML,
Okay.
IoT, all those things. Okay, so this is the assignment for you. Okay, so here the similar way for your 6th and 7th problem, you have to replace the values. You have to replace the values. Okay, values of program 2 with star, and then similarly you have to replace. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
That's it. So I'll give you the files. You can take it out. So we'll connect tomorrow then. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Perfect.